This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Stanley Lord. In this week's broadcast, Adventist Union administration are installed for leadership, and Union hosts third quinquennial session. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. It was a day of celebration as members of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists gathered at the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church on December 6th for the installation and consecration service for the leaders of the Atlantic Caribbean Union mission. Also present were representatives from both the religious and civic leaders of the country, including Dr. Delton Fernander, President of the Christian Council, Minister of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting, the Honorable Miles LaRoda, and Deputy Leader of His Majesty's Royal Opposition, Shannon Dawn Cartwright. The message was delivered by Pastor Abner de los Santos, President of the Inter-American Division, who urged those present not to seek legacy on earth, but to prepare for eternity. Pastor Santos explained that to be a true missionary, every person must have a personal encounter with Christ. The service continued with the installation of the administrators of the Atlantic Caribbean Union, Pastor Ken Price as President, Dr. Cheryl Roll as Executive Secretary, and Elder Roderick Sands as the Treasurer. In his first official address to the members, the newly installed President, Dr. Price, expressed deep gratitude to God, his family, mentors, and the church community. He shared the importance of continuing the mission of preparing the territory for greater spiritual growth and outreach.
The vision of this administration is that every initiative across the territory of the Atlantic Caribbean Union be unmistakably mission-driven. For every plan and project must not only exist, but must breathe with a mission perspective, ensuring that all we undertake advances the gospel and prepares a people for the Lord's return.
The weekend continued with the Union's third quinquennial session held under the theme, Let Him Lead the Way. Delegates from the Cayman Islands Conference, North Bahamas Conference, South Bahamas Conference, and Turks and Caicos Islands Conference received reports from the administration as well as the various departmental leaders of the Union. Pastor Santos expressed the Inter-American Division's goals for the Atlantic Caribbean Union, which included growth and leadership spearheaded by young people.
We want to see with younger leadership also in the territory. We are planning to help the leaders from this territory to disciple others by God's grace. Because what we want to see is young leaders coming to the role and take the role that they can grow and go to the Inter-American Division in the future or to the General Conference.
Youth Delegate of the South Bahamas Conference, Leante Lloyd, echoed the sentiments of more youth involvement at the Union level.
One of the things that I'm looking most forward to is more youth involvement here in the Union. The youth are already involved, and so it is only better for us to be more involved in the Union, the mission of the church. That would include mission trips and more togetherness in various services.
Turks and Caicos Delegate Simone Gilks also shared her desire to witness the growth of the Union.
For the next 5 years, I'm looking forward to Atlantic Caribbean Union becoming a union conference. This would take a lot of work. It would take total member involvement. It would take us becoming connected to the vine, the true vine. We need to pray, we need to get in the Word, and we need to share with those who are out there.
The session also saw the selection of the new departmental leaders of the Union for the next 5 years. A highlight of the session's conclusion was the retirement appreciation service for former Atlantic Caribbean Union President Pastor Peter Kerr and his wife Jennifer Kerr. Pastor Kerr expressed his profound gratitude to the membership for the love he and his Jennifer received during their tenure.
It's not too hard for me to say what I'm going to miss. Look, it's people like you. The people we connected with, bonded with over time, and the people we will take with us deep in our memories and deep in our hearts, because they loved us, you loved us, and we love you.
The Kerrs have been involved in ministry for nearly 5 decades, serving various territories from Jamaica to Turks and Caicos, and then to the Atlantic Caribbean Union. In a video tribute, General Vice President of the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, Dr. Leonard Johnson, commended Pastor Kerr for this legacy and commitment to serving the members, referring to him as a man of prayer. Their legacy was honored not only in words, but tangible tributes from the conferences, Northern Caribbean University, and the Inter-American Division. Those present also shared stories of how the Kerrs impacted their lives, including their efforts of community building, soul winning, mentorship, and sacrificial leadership. As the new leaders step into office, the Atlantic Caribbean Union is ready to follow wherever God leads with a renewed commitment to mission. When we return, we'll have more of what's coming up in the South Bahamas Conference.
The South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists is inviting you to the 2026 convention. Join us for a powerful weekend that will ignite your soul under the theme Commissioned for Mission. Prepare to be inspired by our anointed speaker, Pastor Deblier K. Snell, the dynamic voice of Breath of Life Ministries and senior pastor of Oakwood University Church. The convention will be held from January 23rd to the 24th at the Kendall G.L. Isaacs Gymnasium. Come and get ready to be commissioned for mission.
Welcome back to Adventist News, and coming up in the South Bahamas Conference, the South Bahamas Conference's Festival of Carols will be held on December 13th at the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church, beginning at 5:30 p.m., featuring the Meister Singers and friends. Come out and be blessed. Holistic Lifestyle will be hosting a special educational health lecture on December 14th at the Grantstown Seventh-day Adventist Church. The lecturer will be Dr. Aiden Sanchez, missionary doctor from UT Pines Institute, and will begin at 4 p.m. Come and listen as Dr. Sanchez shares powerful insights on how lifestyle choices can help prevent, manage, and reverse disease. Mark your calendars for the 2026 South Bahamas Conference Convention. Under the theme Commissioned for Mission, the convention will be held at the Kendall G.L. Isaacs Gymnasium from January 23rd through the 24th, 2026. The guest speaker will be Pastor Deblier K. Snell from Breath of Life Ministries and Oakwood University. The Children and Adolescent Ministries Department, or CHAM, is introducing Chamversations for children ages 11 through 14. The outdoor experience will be launched in 2026 and will be held once a month to create spaces for conversations on the Bible and real-life challenges. The Atlantic Caribbean Union will hold its second Pathfinder Camporee under the theme Strong Finish. The camp will be held on Grand Cayman, Cayman Islands from July 4th through the 11th, 2026, and will include the 4 territories of the Union along with other international campers. Contact your local Pathfinder Club director for registration and more information. Feel free to visit the South Bahamas Conference website at southbahamasconference.org to receive more information on all of our upcoming conference events. There, you can also view a rebroadcast of our Adventist News Update along with other local programming from our cable channel ATV 658 and read the weekly logos as well as the Adventist page from the Nassau Guardian.
Our ears do more than just help us with our sense of hearing. It also plays a major role in helping us with balance, standing still, walking, running, etc. If your sense of hearing decreases or is lost, the damage is most likely irreplaceable. Therefore, it is in your best interest to take good care of your ears. Here are a few tips that will help you to maintain your sense of hearing. Turn down the volume. According to studies, teens and adolescents have a higher risk of noise-induced ear damage compared to adults. This is because the volume is simply too high. To help with this issue, avoid extremely loud music at events, earphones that channel music directly into the ear canal, and take heed to the warning that pops up on your various devices, reminding you to turn the volume down. Give your ears time to recover. If you are exposed to loud noises for a prolonged period of time, like at a concert, your ears need time to recover. If you can, step outside for 5 minutes every so often in order to let them rest. Researchers have found that your ears need an average of 16 hours of quiet to recover from one loud night out. Avoid using Q-tips. Ear wax plays a significant role in maintaining your sense of hearing. Its purpose is to trap harmful particles and dust to stop them from entering your ear canal. Using Q-tips in your ear can damage your eardrum if inserted too deeply. Also, while it may remove some of the wax from your ear, most of it is pushed into your ear and can block the path. Listen. It is extremely important that you pay keen attention to what you allow to enter your mind. Philippians 4:8 says, "Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report. If there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think of these things." This has been Tanya Nomafo with your health tip courtesy of Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
Let's go now to the Adventist News Network with our news feature from around the world.
In Australia, a spiritual retreat brought together participants for a weekend of renewal. The meeting also raised funds to support a children's project in Cambodia.
The Reset, Women's Retreat in northern New South Wales has turned spiritual renewal into practical support for vulnerable children in Cambodia. Organized by the Women's Ministries Department of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in northern New South Wales, the retreat raised around $20,000 for the Night Care for Little Ones program, an Asian aid initiative providing nighttime care for children living in prostitution areas. Funds were collected through offerings, food sales, and an art auction featuring pieces donated by female artists. Support for night care has been a priority throughout 2024, with a commitment to continue in 2025. Around 140 women attended the retreat under the theme Chosen, taking part in worship, workshops, and times of fellowship.
Well, that's it for our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. To share what is happening at your church, please email your news stories and upcoming events to sbcadventistnews@gmail.com. To view a rebroadcast of our Adventist news, along with other programming, and to keep in touch with what's happening in our conference, visit our website at southbahamasconference.org. The SBC Media Network's Facebook and Instagram pages are filled with lots of material from the Communications Department, so you'll want to check those out, and remember to subscribe, to like, follow, and share. You can watch and listen to programs from our radio station, Word SBC 88.3 FM, and our Adventist television channel, ATV 658, to get updates, insights, and first-hand information from the SBC Media Network as it happens. The programming from ATV 658 can also be viewed on the South Bahamas Conference's YouTube channel, so feel free to watch a recap of our Adventist news there. On behalf of our production team, it was our pleasure to bring you tonight's news update. I'm Stanley Fullord for the SBC Media Network. Have a happy Sabbath.